Hi, and welcome to Tony's Cool Tools. I really appreciate you stopping by. So it's November, and unless you live in Florida or southern states, you have to worry about this four-letter word, and that's snow. Now, I live in a rural area or in the sticks, and I have to have a plan for removing the snow. And there's a multitude of ways of doing it, and everyone's needs are different. I've made several videos on snow removal, like using your loader bucket or a UTV with a V-plow. And when the snow gets very deep, using the 3-point snowblower. A number of you had commented that I should look into a snow pusher, that it would be easier and faster than the way I was doing it. For those of you who watch my channel, I've reviewed a couple of attachments from a US manufacturer called Stinger. I've done their tree puller, as well as their CCG 56 clam, double clam style grapple. And they're based out of Minnesota. And as we all know, Minnesota gets a lot of snow. So guess what they manufacture as well? Snow pushers. So this is the CSP6 by Stinger, or better known as the Compact Snow Pusher, and it is 6 feet wide. Now here are some details on this CSP6. As I mentioned previously, it is manufactured in the US and they use US steel, not imported steel. This unit comes in 4-foot, 5-foot, 6-foot, and 7-foot. And it's designed for tractors or skid steers that are 20 to 45 horsepower. Now this 6-foot unit here weighs 560 pounds. The box dimensions on this pusher are 20 inches in depth and 20 inches in height. And the mold board behind there is made out of one piece of 11 gauge steel, very similar to the floor on my dump trailer. And it also has a curve to it, and the way they do that is they put it into a brake and they bend it. And those individual little bends offer more stability for this unit right here. In addition, you don't see any crossbars here like other manufacturers' pushers. That way, you're not collecting a lot of snow in here that you can't get rid of at the end of your plow. You do have a couple options on your plow edge here, the part that touches the ground and plows the snow. I happen to go with the steel because I have a gravel driveway. But you could go with 1-inch rubber here if you have asphalt or concrete and you don't want to scratch it. Now this plate right here, this 6-inch plate, is also reversible. If you wear this down, you can just flip it around and use the opposite side. Now here's one feature I really love about this pusher, and that's the adjustable feet. In the past, when I used my standard plows, I put a lot of gravel in the ditches because it would hit the ground. Even in the float mode on my tractor, I would do that. With this stops it from doing it. It won't let me dig up any of the gravel. This pusher came with the optional back drag feature. It's really great when you're working close to garages and you want to pull the snow off. I'll show you that momentarily. So you have 5 different options on attachment points here. This happens to be the skid steer quick attach. But let's say you had a John Deere and a Coyote tractor. You would have to buy 2 different snow pushers for those. Whereas with this particular one here, if you have a Coyote and you wanted to switch it to a John Deere, all you do is there are 4 bolts here. You get a new plate and you can use it on both units. That's how simple it is. So you only need 1 pusher to work on 2 different tractors. And if you need to move your pusher and it's not on your tractor, these 2 holders are welded right onto the frame here. All you do is take your chain with a hook, clip it on there, use your pallet forks and move this anywhere around your yard. All of the Stinger snow pushers come with a 2-year warranty. And if you're wondering the cost, this CSP6, the way I have it set up here with the optional back drag, is $27.95. Now that I've given you the details and features and benefits on this CSP6 snow pusher by Stinger, let's put it to use. In the last few hours, we received about 6 to 8 inches of snow here, so we should be able to do a good demonstration on how it works. Stay tuned. A couple of things I wanted to mention before we continue pushing or plowing the snow, and that is having additional counterweight in your back. This happens to be about 400 pounds, but if you had something larger or heavier, that's even better for giving you that forward momentum, especially if you're dealing with wet snow. The other thing is you could put chains on here, but they're not necessary. This is plenty having the counterweights here. Though I mentioned it earlier in this video, these skid plates or skid shoes are awesome. They don't let me get into the gravel like traditional bucket would. And even in the float position on a standard tractor with a loader bucket, you're going to be digging up gravel. Whereas this thing right here, these shoes won't let me. Now, my gravel is not frozen yet. We have had warm temperatures and the snow on top of it. So if I was using a traditional plow or a loader bucket, I'd be pushing all my gravel into the ditches. The other thing that I noticed very quickly is that this mold board here does rotate the snow in and just pushes it forward. Now, not having a bottom like a standard tractor loader bucket, I don't collect any material in here, so it stays cleaner a lot longer. So anyone who's used a traditional loader bucket knows you just fill it up and it continuously keeps getting smaller and smaller because the snow keeps compacting inside. The other huge benefit is at the end of your run on a tractor with a loader bucket, you have to bring it all the way up, dump everything else out, but it's still, there's plenty packed up inside. With this thing here, all I do is push it all the way to the end, lift it up a little bit and back up. There's nothing clogging this area here. The nice thing with the skid plates is I can put it in my float mode and it doesn't dig into the ground. The back drag feature on this pusher really is awesome. It saves you a lot of time. You don't have to get out and shovel the snow from your garage door here away so you're concerned about hitting it. By rotating this over and using this rubber edge right here, I'm going to pull all the snow out don't have to get out and shovel it by hand. Let me show you. We finished plowing here, and I'm extremely impressed with the skid plates on this pusher here. Here's only a couple of the areas that the plow hit the gravel, but did not push it all the way in. And as you can see by the mounds that I put, there's no gravel in it at all. And over here, right by the pole barn, I can get in really, really tight, and as you can see, that leg of the skid plate just glides along the top here without digging in. Now that I've given you the features and benefits on this snow pusher, I wanted to give you one amazing fact about the Stinger Company. A little bit more than a year ago, the company had a fire and it burnt the whole place down. They were basically out of business. The fire was so hot it melted all the glass inside. Now, one thing that the firefighters couldn't believe was there was a U.S. flag that was in the facility. That's the only thing that did not get burnt. It's got a little singed, but not burnt. Nobody could believe that it was so hot and this flag made it through the whole thing. It hangs in their facility right now. I'll have pictures at the end showing you the devastation of the facility as well as their new facility and all the new tools and all the new setups that they have in their facility now. So hopefully you found this video on the Stinger CSP6 informative. I will have contact information in the info section below. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up as well. And remember, pass it forward. Make the world a better place. Don't be a tool. Watch Tony's Cool Tools. Until I see you next time, have a great day.